Kia ora and welcome. This is chapter 20 from the book The Future of Learning. And this is a short video introduction to the chapter. And in this chapter we're looking at innovation and ingenuity. And that is the end of the learning process, so to speak. So in other words, we've said to, in the run up to this, that we've looked at the competencies, and then we've dug a pit into the competencies. We've looked at the mindset of the learner educators as they come into this. We've induced them to jump into the pit by giving them a prompt where they asked questions and interrogated that to form some knowledge. Then we interrogated the knowledge to form ideas, and then once again asked more questions, went back and built some more knowledge, built some more ideas, built knowledge ideas, and finally formed a pattern around that goes for most of those contexts. And so we formed concepts. Then we actually linked each of those together in that sort of three-dimensional world in our brain to actually form new ideas, new concepts that are brand new to us, or maybe even brand new to the world. And we became innovative and ingenious. Okay. Now, innovation and ingenuity are two quite discrete words. Innovation is coming up with a brand new idea or concept that you might be able to apply. Right? Ingenuity means taking that idea or concept you've come up with and turning it into either a product, system, or an environment, or a form of media. Why we're looking at this now and why we're focusing on this end of the equation is because most of what people are doing for work these days involves innovation and ingenuity. We reward innovation and ingenuity because in fact that's what generates possible business opportunities, but also just it satisfies ourselves as a human being. We really do love coming up with new ideas and concepts and having that aha moment. When you come up with a new idea and a concept, and you're creative through that process and you use your imagination to do that, we have these aha moments. And these aha moments, you feel really good. And that tells your brain to look for that again. Right? Getting the right answer doesn't give you the aha moment. Finding a unique solution does. And so we want to pursue this process. We want to pursue it because in fact it's rewarding. We love being able to do it. But also, in terms of our workspaces increasingly are asking us to be ingenious, and that requires us to be innovative. And so this shift from the 20-80, 20% of people telling 80% of people what to do, to 80-20, the 80% actually driving their own world, and maybe we've got scope for 20% of people to do more direct instructional jobs, etc. That shift has meant that we need more innovation, more ingenuity. We're seeing startups all over the world coming through and coming up with new ideas, new concepts, and then turn them into product systems, environments, and new media forms. And so this is the world that our young people are going into. And so we need to make sure that we can educate them, to provide them with the capability to actually go out there and be innovative and be ingenious. We want them to show initiative. We want them to actually grasp the competencies, because in fact being able to speak in public now is probably the number one job opportunity in terms of actually when you get interviewed, your speaking capacity is going to actually give you the job or not give you the job. Speaking and being able to communicate effectively in relationships is going to secure a relationship over a long period of time or break it. Our ability to communicate, in particular in oral format, is the number one capability in the 21st century. It is not reading and writing anymore. Last century, that was the case. This century, it is not the case. And therefore, we've got to rebroker and recalibrate what we think our purpose of school is. What does that look like now? Go and have a look at the chapter, read through the process, look at some of the notes that are in there and follow up some of the links that are provided for you, and then we're going to then sum that all up as we move through the third section of this book that looks at what are the capability formats and what does that look like in terms of assessment, etc. within the school structure. Thank you very much and all the best.